Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I hope you're all doing really good. Today I'm going to be doing an April pick a card. I'm excited to see what comes out because, we're on lockdown and I really hope that what I can say really helps you navigate the month. There will be an extended version of this on my Patreon that is going to go into career, into finance, into your love and relationships, and also general well-being too. If you would like to pick your piles, Pile 1, 2, and 3. There will be timestamps down in the description so that you can find your pile. And yeah, we'll get cracking into it. So pile 1, the first card that you guys have is the spirit animal. And the intention when I did the spirit animal deck was what spirit animal is going to be with you and what energies are you going to be experiencing as like a main theme for April. So the lamb is peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Through the lamb's message may channel through another person. The wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with the utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. When in balance, the lamb's energy is a knowingness and an inner peace. When it's out of balance, it's quiet, it's timid, and it's concerned. To bring it back into balance, meditation and listening. So with lamb energy, I definitely feel for you guys. It's about really tapping into your inner peace, but also within that, if you've been feeling nagged or like people keep saying the same message to you, the same advice, and it's coming from different people in all different directions, and it's like starting to get you mad, take a step back, meditate, and really listen to what people are trying to tell you right now. Obviously, with the way that the world is right now, I definitely feel like some of you are going to be quite concerned about yourself, about other people, and about the future. So your advice, again, to bring things back into balance is to meditate and be aware that truth and the message of truth, you'll always know the truth by the way that it feels. And just let things sit with you and permeate, and just let whatever is meant for you absorb, and whatever's not fall away. Especially when it comes to the news and like alternative media news, fake news, alternative sources, all news. I feel like some of you guys are kind of overwhelmed a little bit about figuring out what's true and what's not. And just feeling a little bit like, oh, this is awkward, like I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed. So just remember that you'll know the truth by the way it feels. All right, so pile 1, pulling some more cards. You have Just Breathe, the base chakra, the sacral chakra, and the base card, which was the underlying energy, is challenging times. So again, there's going to be a theme in this, I imagine, throughout all of the piles. But for pile 1 specifically, I'm seeing that you guys really need to just breathe and stop making a mountain out of a molehill. Take a step back, breathe, meditate, get back into your body, do some stretches, do some physical exercise. I think that you really need to bring yourself kind of back down to reality, especially with that base chakra too. That's the root, and it's about being solidly rooted in your body, in yourself. I think that I'm getting this sense of like being scattered, and the thing is, the future doesn't exist and we can't know what's going to happen. We can't know what's going to happen. And when you're floating in these possibilities that don't exist, you are away from your physical body and from you're not present. And the thing is, when you're in that state, your physical body starts to produce hormones that, like cortisol, that makes you stressed. and then your physical body can't relax, and then it creates this fight or flight tendency that's really hard to think clearly and to act accordingly. The thing is, when we're in that state, we react, and rather than responding to the situations that we're faced with. So no amount of worry is going to fix, change the future. But what will change the future is if you're fully rooted in your body, breathing, you can start to make better decisions, better plans, take actions accordingly for the things that you might be worried about. Maybe you have legitimate concerns about your health or about your career, about your finances right now. No amount of stress and coming from that place of fight or flight is going to fix or make a good decision to secure a future. So just breathe. Meditation is really handy right now. And I feel like some of you, it's like, oh, well, duh, meditation. A really simple practice is alternate nostril breathing. That's really good if some of you just find it really hard to actually sit, relax. And I feel like I don't know if some of you have like ADHD, but I'm getting like this, like when you're in fight or flight, I'm getting this, scattered like darting around of thoughts. So alternate nostril breathing, you put one finger on one nostril and breathe in through the other nostril, and then switch. And then breathe in and out of one nostril, switch fingers to the other nostril, and breathe in and out. And doing that, your fingers having to keep track of switching sides, things like that, that also helps your mind to stay more focused, because sometimes it's actually really hard to only focus on the breath when you have an intense mind. I feel like you guys, Pile 1, have a really intense, active mind. It's very strong. It has like strong mental winds. But yeah, with the sacral chakra, I feel like it's really important for you guys to like get creative and relate. You need to start relating to people. I want to say like eat some earthy foods, like ground root vegetables to help balance out that root chakra, but as well with the sacral chakra. I feel like family is really important, and enjoying and developing like stronger connections to people. I don't know if you have a tendency to isolate, but I'm seeing it's like this really scattered energy, and then you not wanting to be around people because it's going to affect people. So it's like if you work on that grounding, work on that roots. And the sacral chakra, it's all about our like joy. I want to say as well, like feeling more self-assured and strong in who you are, and also in your connections with other people. Again, like family, friends, and also too getting like some creative projects down as well and out, and finding things that pleasure you. And finding, it's just those two, like, it's the two bottom chakras you really need to get rooted and really back into the body. Doing things like dancing and allowing your hips to move and get your knees flowing and feel your feet on the ground. I feel like you just really, really need to focus on the bottom half of your body. Yeah, because with the base card being challenging times, well, that's pretty obvious anyway what everyone's going through right now because of lockdown and just the general world situation. But that's the advice for you guys in particular. So this is what you need to surrender this month. So this is surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring the clarity or even solve the problem. You're really in your head, and again, obsessively thinking about the future, like it's not there yet. We can't know what's going to happen, so it's about being present. It's about being present and surrendering anything that you can't fix or change. Hand it over. Just hand it over to spirit. Hand it over to God, because you're not going to get a solution by being in the headspace that you're in. Okay. And energy to embody is Capricorn, the boss. So again, this is serious, authoritative, ambitious, realistic. And also, I want to say like down to earth and competent. So if you do need to kind of get physical preparations ready so that you can stop panicking and worrying so much, then do it. Get grounded. Feel sure about who you are. Be competent. It's really important for pile 1. I feel like the whole lesson right now for you guys is like being the boss. Being the boss, being competent, and being down to earth is really, really important. The last card, I'll read like a passage for you. You guys have the Fates, which I will get up now. So the intention with the last card is kind of like a last uplifting message or a last message that you guys need to hear. So pile 1, this one's for you, the Fates. Essential meanings means fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Again, that's called the Serenity's Prayer. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose that you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what events and current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. So again, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, pile 1, sending you so much love. If you need additional clarity or guidance, on my Patreon at $5, I'm going to be going into relationships, career, and general well-being. I really hope you guys find the strength that you need this month in April as we navigate this tough time. My heart goes out to all of you. Thank you so much. If you resonate with this message, please leave a comment, leave a like. I really appreciate the support and the feedback, and sending you so much love. Goodbye. Yo, pile 2, I hope you're doing good. So I'm going to start out with a spirit animal. So I'll read the passage from the book. So the beaver is the card for you guys this month of April. And the beaver is a hard worker, loyal, tireless, and it puts family first. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have an infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home and financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when a task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's a time for some karma yoga, which is selfless service. When it's in balance, the beaver personality is happy, and it creates and does meaningful work. When it's out of balance, it feels useless and worn out. To bring it back into balance, if you've been feeling useless and worn out, physical labor and selfless service. So that's the spirit animal that's coming through for you guys this month. Again, with the COVID situation, I definitely feel like you guys, pile 2, are the people that, people are looking to rely on, and you guys want to provide. And it really is the time to kind of, if you've been feeling worn out, it's like finding the meaning again, and just knowing that this month, April, is going to require you to be steady and stay strong. And again, karma yoga, I'm not too sure what that is. Again, it says selfless service, but maybe you could research a little bit into that. You guys have the Amazonite as well. So I feel like this is a really good stone to work with this month if you are into crystals and gemstones. Amazonite is really good for relaxation and keeping an enthusiastic and positive attitude during tough times, which I think is definitely what you guys are needing. All right, so pulling more cards. The general theme for pile 2 So you have rebuild, you have control, and you have shine. And then the base card was lead. So I definitely feel like this month for April, it's about rebuilding your sense of self and emotional control, emotional mastery. The center card, control. Now this is the strength card in the regular tarot. And that's about taming your emotions and mastery of your emotions and controlling of yourself. And with the base card being lead, I feel like this just vibe of just rebuilding your sense of self and your strength and your mastery of your emotion so that you can be the leader that either people are making you be, you want to be, you're expecting yourself to be. But it's all about rebuilding and rebuilding of your strength and knowing and finding and tapping into that self-assurance to know that you are a leader and you are here for a reason right now, and you are strong and you have meaningful work to do right now. And if you need to really tap in to yourself or just look around you in a new light to see what is meaningful in front of you right now, it will really, really help build and burst up that strength. Now you have the card shine. And as you rebuild this strength, you can shine and be the leader. And I feel like you don't want to shine right now when you don't know your shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on YouTube. I don't know if I'll get like algorithms or whatever. Anyway. As you rebuild yourself, you can shine. And I feel like some of you are kind of pulling away from the spotlight. Like, you don't want people to ask you what your opinion is right now because you don't know. And you kind of, I just feel like you're somebody that has either been working on their self-assurance, or maybe you're just, you know, one of those people that naturally have a lot of strength in themselves, a strength in their character. And this is kind of throw you a bone because, you know, you're usually the guy or the person, the woman who people go to and ask, yo, like, what do I do right now? You're usually the rock, whether it's to your family, to your friends, to your community. And you're like, oh man, I don't know as much as you know. And, you know, I feel like your own financial issues, maybe your own fears about what's going on is kind of cramping your style. So you don't want to show yourself and be, you know, be you right now. You don't want to like be that role of a leader. But this is your role. This is your role. And you got to really tap back into that reassurance because this is your time to shine. This is where this is what you signed up for. This is what you came here to be. And I'll say this, a really powerful message that came through for me not so long ago was, it's not about what you do. It's about who you are and how you be in this time right now. People need that strength. And it's not about what you do, as in giving them the answers, telling them what to do. It's about you just exuding that confidence and that self-assurance and that strength and that being that strength that really kind of ripples out and just gives people on a very deep subconscious level, as well as energetic and as well as spiritual, psychologically, that's just going to help people feel at ease. And if that's what you can just focus on that as like your meaning to help you anchor in that strength, remember that. Remember that you are an inspiring example, and just being that strength just puts people at ease without you having to do or say anything to them, or you having to do something for them, right? I feel like there's been a bit of an attitude of like, okay, what can I do for people? What can I do for people? And actually you just need to be, and that ripples out and calms people. Okay. So a couple more cards. So we have surrender. These are the surrender cards that I use. So this says surrender to the drama, or surrender the drama. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, Remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Surrender the drama. And this is got lions and cats in the background too. So it's very like strength I'm getting from that. Don't contribute to this chaos, that chaotic energy. You are a rock. You need to be a rock right now. Okay, you have the 8th house, which is coming out too, which is, again, it's like this, it's fear, it's panic, it's psychological issues, it's intense fear that comes from, you know, anxiety of a loss of control of events that you can't change. It rules death. It rules death. The 8th house rules death and loss. And you're going to be seeing, I feel like, again, it's just this theme of like you being a rock right now whilst the world is in chaos. And it's not about you having to find an answer or a reason, because death is a mystery. Death is a mystery. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it's like you want to communicate. You want to say something that's a reason. You want to reason with death. Like, you want to reason with the unknown. You want to define the mystery. With your communication, you want to comfort others by giving them an explanation as to why this is happening. But you can't. That's not how you provide a service at this time. You're here to be a rock. You're not here to say and explain why death happens. It's not for you to say. The 8th house as well, it does also rule intimacy on this card. I know some astrology doesn't agree with that. They just think it's death and loss. But it's also death and loss can create intimacy, because it makes us want to connect deeper with others on a more, you know, say how we're psychologically affected in a deeper way. And that's something that you're going to be seeing a lot this month in April for you guys on pile 2. I'll leave you guys with the last card, which is community. I love that, because he talked about community today. And the intention when I pulled these cards was to give you guys something, just like a message of strength and hope, and like a last thing that you need to know. So the card you have is community. Essential meanings is belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, and knowing your place in the world. This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and our communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels that I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging and kinship, and a purpose that comes from working together for greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be small as showing up, or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in your group, your presence is needed. So I do see like a focus on community right now. If it's something where you've been pulling away and isolating, again, because I do feel like with the Shine card, I felt like, you know, you didn't want to be out there. It's really important to be there as a rock for your community right now, whether that is your friends, whether that is your family, whether, again, it's like an online spiritual community. If you're new here, I run a community myself over on Discord. And if you're resonating with this message, you know, and you've been pulling away, maybe it's the time to really reconnect with that and find a purpose, because your presence is needed right now. Your presence is needed, and it's not a time to pull away and isolate and be scared of not being, not being enough right now. Like, it is really about rebuilding your strength and just being like a presence. And again, I feel like some of you really are going to be called to lead. Yeah, and don't be scared to reach out and collaborate. If there's like community leaders that inspire you, you know, reach out and do something together for the collective. I think that's going to be really important right now. So yeah, pile 2, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. There's going to be an extended reading over on my Patreon for $5 that will go into work and finances and relationships and general emotional well-being for the month of April. So if this has resonated, then hey, maybe you'll like more of my other content. Yeah, and go check it out. It'll be in the links in the description. But take care. So much love and blessings, and I really hope you guys find the strength that you need in this month, because you really are gonna help so many people in even just in a deeply subconscious way. Of just providing a bit of reassurance, because if you can keep your cool and you're strong, then they know in the back of their mind, oh, okay, it's gonna be okay, because they look to you. They look to you to see how you feel, and if you're in a mess, like, and this is why you've been pulling away, like, you know that people look to you. So I really hope you find that strength. Again, it's about rebuilding and reigniting that emotional mastery. Whatever doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger, okay? And again, if you have an Amazonite, go work with it. All right, take care. Bye-bye. So hello, pile 3. I start out with a spirit animal card for you, and you guys have the starfish. And the book says that the starfish is beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with the starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is, these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper calling. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? And what dreams have I put to the side to please others? When in balance, it's uplifting, it's artistic, and it's expressive. When it's out of balance, it gossips and it feels empty. To bring it into balance, positive friends. So that's the spirit animal that wants to come out to you guys this month. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the rest of the themes of the month. So for pile 3, you guys have Opportunity Beckons, which is the 4 of Cups, Confront, and Healing Begins, and the base card was simply Love, which is the 6 of Cups. Now, when I'm tuning into this energy for pile 3, I'm feeling this sense of like just wanting things to change, and you're wanting or asking, why aren't opportunities happening? Why aren't I making opportunities for myself to happen? And I think with the starfish energy, again, it's like this kind of like people-pleasing energy, or like, you know, being concerned about how you shine. I feel like some of you guys, I don't know if you guys work as like social media influencers or are trying to get your presence out there and known. Maybe you've, you know, started a new creative pursuit that you want to put out to the public, and it's just kind of like, why aren't I being seen? Why aren't I being recognized? And there's this feeling of having to confront your shadow and confront a part of yourself that keeps kind of sabotaging your efforts and sabotaging what you are trying to create. And I also feel it's like there's things that you want to do, or there's like dreams that you have that aren't making it into reality, because like there's parts of yourself that it's like just discontent with what it is that you're creating and what it is that you're doing. And then you're expecting either other people or like your beauty to carry you into fame or into recognition. And it's like having to confront a part of yourself that's just holding you back. There's something within you that's holding you back. Now, you might see on the surface in April other things outside of you coming in to ruin your plans, to coming in and pissing on your parade, coming in and just, it's just not working because this has happened or that's happened, or these things on the outside ain't working in the way that I want it to. And the thing is, what you've got to recognize is that that is a mirror of your inner relationship, your relationship in yourself. And all of these things that are outside of us, playing these roles and parts, it's just to show us where we're at on the inside. And I feel like there's a part of you And for some of you, it's like very deeper, because we have healing begins is the next card on from this. So this is all about healing this month. I feel for some of you, it's like deeper inner child work. I feel for some of you, it's like getting over this sense of like helplessness. We've got someone who wants to just have it easy, to just be given things, and sat visualizing and manifesting and putting out good karma to get a return, but they're not actually working on content. They're not working on their business. They're not working to produce results or produce something, and just wanting it to be given. Then there's another part where someone is cycling, doing the same thing over and over, and they know that they want to do something different, but they're not doing it. And there's this shadow part of themselves that holds them back and tells them, you know, you're not good enough to venture out into the unknown. You're not good enough to start doing what it is that you really want to do. You need to sit and you need to please. You need to sit and you need to serve. You need to be the maiden. You need to be the servant to others, to people please. And there's that confrontation of that shadow self that is going to be kind of getting healed. And I think as well for some of you, I feel like you're confronting depression. Again, there's this dynamic of like, oh, shit's been so bad for so long, and it's so useless and hopeless, and things aren't going to change, and you know, I've been here for so long down the same thing, and it's everyone else that's the problem. It's the people outside of me that's the problem, and it's not. It's you needing to confront an energy inside you that's playing out in the physical. Sometimes the problem is you, and that is okay. Sometimes it takes a lot of strength to look and turn around and look at ourselves and how we are holding ourselves back. And we can heal this in April. This is something that needs to be healed. And maybe there's something from the past, or maybe there's like old friends that have been affected by you doing this. Maybe you feel let down by friends. Maybe you feel let down by the people that you've known for a while, and you're wanting to separate from them because of this energy. But the base card being simply love, so this is the basis of things. It's really important for you to develop gratitude. I feel like there's a message of like, you just appreciating the simple things about people. Like, I feel like you've been taking things for granted. I'll be honest with you. I think you've been taking people. I think you've been taking your relationships. And maybe just the things that you have around you. I think you've been taking it for granted. I think that you have so much love around you, and people that are willing to love you, and people that are willing to accept you. And I think that you have abundance waiting, or you have abundance around you now. Maybe you have a family member that is willing to like buy you food and keep you under their roof without you having to pay too much to be there. And I feel like for you guys, pile 3, like this month of April, you really need to just like simplify your needs and simplify what you want, because it's like there's this yearning, this really broad, distant yearning and calling for something really distant, and you don't even know what it is. You just want to be happy. You're just like, so I just feel this like reach, this tired grasping reach for something really far out there, and it's not been defined. You've not even defined, like once you define what it is that you even want, you can grab it more easily. It's just like this like really like hard reach for this foreign abstract ideal of happiness. And in fact, there is simple pleasures in front of you right now that you need to start looking at. And there is something, this shadow that's like in between you, like it's like healing that. And again, I definitely see like inner child work with this card. But yeah, I definitely feel this sense of like really simplifying what you want and just appreciating what you have. Because especially in a time like this, you know, we need to appreciate like the simple pleasures and loving connections that we have, and really look at ourselves as to what in me needs healing so that I can be present. And instead of being in this state of trying to reach for something really far that doesn't exist, you can actually kind of be in your moment right now and like feel your energy, like feel like you've been fully downloaded in your body, like feel like you're fully in it, and like reclaim your power back that you've been spending on this ginormous reach for something that doesn't exist. Claim back your power and be fully in your body now. And then be able to see. I feel like you've not been seeing clearly. And you can see where you need to act, where you need to say, where you need to be. And even if it's just a small step, I think that's really important for you guys right now. So we've got some other cards as well. We have a surrender card, which your guys' card is surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So again, there is a bit of a vibe here of that, and there's just don't beat yourself up for having an ego, you know, like sometimes it's a defense mechanism. Sometimes it's just unhappy and like a childlike way of trying to find happiness. You know, just like how a kid, you know, if it spills the milk, it might try and blame the cat. You know, it just tries to do what it can do to survive. But cultivating gratitude is really important, and just trying to surrender your ego. Stop being so self-centered, you know, like I feel like you've turned your back on so many people that really do love you. And like that causes a lot of pain to others as well, because they're wondering, why is this person being funny with me? I've not done anything wrong, you know? Why are you expecting like, or you could even be in yourself like, why am I not getting the recognition and the abundance and love that I deserve for all of the hard work that I've been doing? Like that's so I orientated. It's always I, me. And yeah, that's just a really big sign. Like you guys need to kind of like let go of your ego a little bit, you know, again, like everyone's going through a really hard time, and it can't just be, you know, about you, you know. Cultivate gratitude, simply love, simply love. Two more cards. We have, oh, this is so, so we have Square, Libra, and these are the Astro cards. So this is challenging your idealism and challenging your like idealistic standards that you have for your life, and really challenging like this idea that things have to be a certain way. You're seeking perfection, but you ain't doing anything for it. And like, I don't know who, I feel like someone really needs to snap out of something like this. It's like you want this like beauty and this perfection and these richness of feelings, but you're being an asshole. This want for perfection, beauty, and yet you might really not have that energy in yourself. You need to cultivate that energy within yourself. If you want beauty, you must be beauty. If you want abundance, you must be abundance. If you want love, you must be loving or be love. If you want deep connections and friendships, you must be a friend. You must be kind. You must be, again, like you want beauty in your life, you must be beautiful. And I feel like you've been caught up in this big game of who's to blame. And this is where healing begins in April for you guys. I'm going to finish you guys off with a card which is mending. Now, this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And I've been pulling one of these for every pile. Mending, forgiveness, making amends, and healing after arguments. The Oracle's message. Each time we are hurt and we allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal the pain. The memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. Again, we're at this time in the world where there's no more time to be resentful, to be bitter. You must overcome and heal that part of you that's hurt. And whether you're hurt by a situation, by a person, by a misunderstanding, or again, maybe it's your own mind perceiving things in a certain way to set up this narrative of whatever you think. But again, I just keep getting this phrase, in order to have beauty in your life, you must be beautiful. And feel that beauty, feel that energy in your body, and see what tries to resist it. Feel what tries to resist beauty taking root as an energy in your body or as a feeling. What kind of resistance do you feel when you try to allow the feeling of beauty to blossom and take root and move around your body? Are you scared? Is it bullshit? Are you getting angry? Listen to it. And don't try and fight it, but acknowledge it and bring light to it. If you need to reach out to a friend or speak to someone, then do. But again, this is really time for healing for you guys in pile 3. Ooh! Love you so much. I do. If you need anything, you can come check out my Discord and come hit me up or come ask in the community. If this resonates, let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment. There's going to be an extended version or more readings over my Patreon, which is going to go into finances, career, and more into relationships and more into your emotional and general well-being. So if you like me as a reader, if you feel like you connect with what I say, then this is my style. Go check out my links down in the description. And yeah, they're available at $5 on Patreon, and I do a lot of different kind of content on there as well. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Pile 3. You are so beautiful and you have so much to offer the world. And please don't turn your back on love. And don't turn your back on hope. And let yourself, claim back your power and let yourself be infused with passion and strength to make a difference. Don't be someone who just sits and just wastes away in their own head and doesn't contribute to the beauty of the world, because you have so much to offer. So much love. Stay safe. I know we're all going through a hard time with lockdown. But yeah, take care. Peace and love. Stay grateful and simply love. Goodbye.